Hi, guys. Let's talk lesson for today again on citizenship this week. Today we're going to play a little good citizen, bad citizen. So I've got a couple scenarios here that I've written down. And as I read each of them, I want you guys to think about whether or not that thing would be being a good citizen or being a bad citizen. Okay. So I'm going to read it off to you. I'm going to let you have a little bit of a little moment to think about it, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Okay. You ready to play? All right. First one is, you see it? I push by people. Think about that. Pushing by people. Think about if that's being a good citizen or being a bad citizen. Hopefully, you said being a bad citizen. Remember, we go back to that being a good neighbor. Being a good neighbor doesn't always mean being a good neighbor, somebody who lives beside you, but also being a good friend and a good family member. And pushing by people or pushing by anyone in the community is not very respectful, is it? That person, you never know, could have something that's hurt on their body and you're pushing by them and it could make it worse. Not to mention, just have some patience, right? You don't need to push by anyone. You shouldn't be in any more of a hurry than anyone else is in their life to get where they're going. So pushing by somebody would definitely be this. I push by people. Definitely, definitely bad citizen. How about this one? This one says, I do not litter. Think about that. Litter means throwing trash on the ground. Would not littering be a good citizen or a bad citizen? Hopefully you said good citizen, because littering is ruining our environment. Littering is causing problems for animals and plants and things in the environment that rely on things that litter could possibly kill. So even animals that might think that that litter is something that they could eat, that's not good for them. We also live in an area where we're very close to water, and oftentimes litter will go straight into our bay. And we don't want that to happen because we know that there are several living things in the bay that rely on clean, healthy water. So we definitely don't want to litter. We need to protect our environment. So I do not litter is a great thing. You're a great citizen if you do not litter. The next one, we talked a little bit about this one, so I hope you know what to do. I respect authority. Think about that. Authority means somebody who is telling you what to do. And in most cases, in all cases for authority, but hopefully in most cases, that person is making a good decision about telling you what to do. They're trying to help you. So would that be being a good citizen if you respect authority, or would it be a bad citizen if you respect authority? Hopefully you said good citizen. Respecting authority is definitely something you should do. Sometimes it's not always easy to listen to somebody telling us what to do, but they're telling you for good purpose. Whether even if it's cleaning your room, they're telling you so you don't get bugs in your room, you don't get animals in your room, or maybe just so that it's easier to keep your room clean in the future. So respecting authority, definitely something that makes you a good citizen. I sneak time on my tablet. Good citizen or bad citizen? Somebody has told you you're only allowed to have a certain amount of time and you sneak extra time. Not a good thing to do. You would be a bad citizen if you're sneaking time. That's also going back to the other one. That's not respecting authority. Sneaking time on your tablet means that you know that you're not supposed to have that time on your tablet, but you're taking it anyway. Internet isn't free, and sometimes if we're using hotspots, things like that, it can rack up the bill. And we should not be sneaking time on our tablet. There's a reason why that someone has told you you're only allowed to be on your tablet for a certain amount of time. Whether it be that they feel like they want you to play outdoors, whether it be that they don't want to rack up a bill, there's a reason. So just listen to that reason. And if you don't, then you're not being a good citizen. Let's see what else we have. I tell stories that are not true. What do you think? Good citizen or bad citizen? Hopefully, you know that telling stories that are not true makes you a bad citizen. That's called lying. Or, as my son says, he's not being a lion, is what he says. But lying is something that's never going to make anybody trust you. If you're known as somebody who lies all the time, then that means nobody can ever believe what you say. So when you really are telling the truth, nobody is going to believe you. I'm sure several of you have heard the story about the boy who cried wolf, but if you haven't, look it up. It's a perfect example of not telling the truth, telling stories that are not true. Because then, number one, you're going to lose friends. Number two, you just can't be trusted if you have been lying about things. So, telling stories that are not true is something that makes you a bad citizen. Oh, no, I'm going to skip that one. I am honest. Hopefully, you know which one this one is. Hopefully, you said being a good citizen because we just talked about that. Being honest helps people believe what you're saying. It makes you a good citizen because it makes people want to be like you. Being honest means that there's never a question about what you're saying. That makes it simple to be your friend. You're an easy friend. I know that what you tell me, I can believe in if you are honest. So, being honest is being a good citizen. I take care of my environment. What do you think about that one? Taking care of your environment is being a good citizen. That means you're cleaning up after yourself, you're not littering. Sometimes that means just you're cutting your grass or you're taking care of the plants that are in around your community or you're taking care of the plants that are around your house. That's taking care of your environment, making sure it's a safe place for animals, plants, and humans to live and breathe and grow. And taking care of your environment would mean that we have a healthy nation, we have a healthy town, we have a healthy state. And so, therefore, all of those things in the end is going to make us last longer, make the world last longer, and make animals and plants last longer. So, taking care of your environment is definitely making you a good citizen. I respect other people's opinions. That might be a hard one. That makes you a good citizen. It might not be easy to listen to people who don't agree with you. Believe me, as an adult, it's not always easy to listen to people talk about things that you don't agree with. But everybody has their own opinions, and they have those opinions for a reason, and we have to respect them. And if it's something that you and somebody else just don't agree with, then don't talk about it. I have several friends that we have differing opinions on things around the world, but I doesn't mean that I can't be their friend. It doesn't mean that I can't hang out with them. It just means that I don't really talk to them about those topics. I keep my opinions to myself on those things, and if they choose to talk about those topics with me, then I respect that. I just don't want to argue with them about it. So I listen to their side, and listening to their side might help me grow a little bit more too. But I still respect the fact that they have their opinions and I have mine. We don't have to fight about it. So respecting other people's opinions makes you a great citizen. How about this one? I do what I want and I don't care about the rules. That should be easy. Doing what you want and not caring about the rules definitely makes you a bad citizen. We have to follow the rules. They're there for a purpose. Again, we might not understand it, but they're there for a purpose, and we have to follow those rules. Saying that I do what I want just kind of makes you seem like somebody I don't really want to hang out with, right? That makes you seem like, well, when I want to play with this thing or I want to do this thing, she's not going to want to do it or he's not going to want to do it because they do what they want to do. And if it's not something that they want to do, then I'm going to be bored. So, doing what you want is okay in certain circumstances as long as it follows the rules that you have in place. Not that part about not caring about the rules, that's really the part that would make you a bad citizen. So, I do what I want, I don't care about the rules. Bad citizen. Here's the last one, and I love this one. I hold the door for others. What do we think about that? I hold the door for others. Does that make you respectful of other people? If so, then that makes you a great citizen. That makes you a good citizen. I love holding the door for other people. It takes little effort to hold the door for somebody else. You know what I don't like? When my hands are full and somebody shuts the door in my face or lets it fall in my face or close in my face. I don't like that. And that doesn't make them a very good citizen. So holding the door for other people is just a very small, easy thing that you can do to help out someone. I like it also helps me meet new people sometimes because I get to talk to them and say thank you, which brings me to something else. Somebody holds the door for you, make sure you're a good citizen and you appreciate that and you say thank you to them. But I like that. It helps me smile. And whenever I can smile at strangers or talk to strangers in a happy way, that makes me feel good. So make sure holding the door for others makes you a good citizen. Make sure that you try to help out in that way. So let's think about these things that we have for good citizen. We have I hold the door for others. I respect other people's opinions. I take care of my environment. I am honest. I respect authority. And I do not litter. We're not even going to talk about those bad citizen pieces of paper I have over here. We're only going to talk about the good citizen. So as you go through this week, this summer, this year, your life, make sure you think about those things that make you a good citizen, that make you important to your community and important to your country and respectful of your community and your country. And we will have another Let's Talk video tomorrow. See ya.